What's cracking, guys? And today I'm going to be talking about an anime 1v1 style here because this anime redo of a healer I cannot show on YouTube. How this even begins to be classified as an anime boggles me. But you know what? If you look to Winter Anime 2021, there it is. In its prime, smack dab in the middle list as an anime. So you know what? I guess we gotta treat this as an anime now. And let me tell you, this anime literally redefines what we think and what we can call an anime. Things like High School DxD and High School of the Dead, moderate anime, not even ecchi. What is that? You think Interspecies Reviewers was pushing the limits of what you thought was called anime? No, that's just normal ecchi now. That, whatever. Honestly, I think I've seen off-brand anime more tame than redo of a healer. I had the privilege of watching episode 2 just a little while ago, and I made the unfortunate accident of letting Ashley watch it with me. Well, to be fair, she looked away for most of it from what she was telling me, and she didn't actually watch what was going on because 80% of this anime, was not safe for work, to say the least. This is one of those anime where I wish I watched the censored version instead of the uncensored version. I never thought that would ever escape my mouth, but it did. How to best describe what this creature of an anime is? Well, it's about revenge, and more specifically, a revenge off-brand anime. Now, episode 1 wasn't anything too special. In fact, it kind of had the same budget as you would and expect of a normal off-brand anime. If you put two side by side, I really couldn't tell if you could say that's an anime. I wouldn't believe you, but apparently it's anime. Anyway, it starts out with this Kyaru guy, who is like any other typical relatable anime protagonist, where he's been enslaved and forced to heal people against his will, and being drugged up, and it's a miserable existence, completely relatable. But anyway, the guy fights against this demon lord, and he wins using the power of healing. Yes, healing. Apparently, it can do everything in this world. Not just heal, but, like kill creatures, repair things, virtually anything you can think of. Even steal talents, heal is capable of doing. It's the most overpowered, ridiculous heal you will ever see. The only downside is when he uses heal, he feels all of the past things that happened, and it all comes into him in one big clump, and it basically tortures him. So I guess. Anyway, he finally defeats his captors, and he also defeats this vile, dark overlord Bang, who is probably going to be a good guy, typical anime fashion. The bad guy's really the good guy, blah, 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 blah. And he decides he wants to go back in time, relive his life, and reset the world into his own kind of fantasy. And thus, episode 2 comes about and is the true controversial thing that happens here. Which I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen Twitter go into a big fuss over here. It's going over into Nagatoro, which isn't even an anime yet, let alone anything that bad even happening in it. And then you got redo of a healer, this revenge off-brand thing, which really belittles women, men, and all sorts of terrible things happening into it. Like, it's yikes. There is no good person in this story. I don't know how to tell you this. Every single character is a villain, and not a good person. And it's just weird. Anyway, episode 2 starts with Kyaru, and he knows that he's about to go through a torturous heck, but he's been preparing himself to be drugged up and being violated for 6 months at a time. And how does he prepare himself for this? By eating random mushrooms. Yes, eating random mushrooms gains you drug tolerance from some weird purple juice that apparently, I guess, is the same as these mushrooms. So he's been doped up on these narcotics all of his life to be prepared for narcotics in the 6 months torture room. Man, this man is a literal genius. The man also gets the power to see the truth of all things using his Eye of Truth from some star spirit just randomly in the middle of the woods that's able to grant him like super speed, super hearing, some strength, you know. But I guess that she's just randomly in the middle of the woods and he knows about it and she just bugs off and never to be heard of again. I don't know. What a weird character. Basically pure plot convenience so he can use this ability to see through other people. I don't know. So anyway, the true plot starts when Kiaru, our man, says, you know what? It's going to take some real courage to drink this tea, which is obviously laced with some sleeping drugs. But you know what? It's only going to be 6 months of butt humping. And then I'll be free of this torture. You know, no big deal. Ultimate power, not taking 6 months of butt humping. I guess ultimate power is the better deal here. So yeah, you get a long dragged out scenes of our boy getting absolutely grape aped. And yeah, what a thrilling tale that was. Apparently people view heroes have like this power. They're able to grant the magic. And so having their seed or whatever is really important to them. They're apparently so important that, you know, one girl who was, you know, helping our hero get rid of his extra seed. She got some, but the guy doing the graping decided, you know what, I kind of want that. And he went down and he sucked out from her lips the extra nourishment. Yeah, what a fabulous scene that was. Not before you get to see the sploots. How is this an anime? I don't even know. So anyway, during this time, our healer boy, Kiaru, has been healing people and gaining / stealing their abilities. And yeah, it's taken 6 months before he's finally like, you know what? Yeah, let's get out of here. And he heals the bars and is able to do alchemy and as capable swordsmith. You know, you name it, he's capable of doing it because of protagonist. Although at this point, I don't think calling him a protagonist is the right call. More like an antagonist, not even an anti-hero at this point. It's a story about antagonist versus antagonist, which you think would be a little bit more interesting, but no, it's just very messed up. So through healing, he's able to manipulate his entire body, all right, and become a different person / transform even other people permanently. I don't know. It's healing, guys. It's healing. And so he makes this old evil captain of the guard into him, where he'll get tortured for days on end. And now he goes to the princess room where the true things happen in there, the really spicy bits. He immediately decapitates the guards in a true heroic fashion. Those ladies didn't even stand a chance. And then he starts forcing his will upon the evil, vile princess who's been torturing him this entire time with druggies. Let me tell you, it was really fun watching an entire scene of him breaking her fingers over and over again. Wow. Whoo, that was a spicy little thing. And then he healed those fingers just to break them again. Now, this has got me going, wait a minute. Does this mean that he should also be feeling these fingers being broken and the princess's all pain all at the same time? Wouldn't this drive him mentally insane? But no, he just kind of like goes, whatever, and shrugs it off. Like, come on, man, be consistent here. There's another time where our main hero, you know, he's got a floppy jalopy and he's just like, well, I gotta get it up, and he heals it. Apparently, the floppy jalopy's normal state is straight saluting the flag. I never thought about that. So does that mean us men, we have to be saluting the flag at all times? And again, I ask for consistency because at this point, he should be feeling all the stuff that his wiener had stored up inside of it. He should feel all of its memories and all the horrible things that happened to it. So at this point, should this man be like not only pissing, creaming, and pooping all at the same time? I don't exactly know what's going on here, but everything should be leaking out of his body, like if he's feeling what's been going on to that thing. So even after healing his wieners, he decides that he wants to discipline the woman by slapping her across the face with it. And I've seen that that meme several times now. I can't show the picture, obviously, but I've never seen a pee-pee slap in an anime until now. I mean, there's not really much more to be said to what happens to this very unconsensual things that are going on in this anime and being dragged out for minutes and minutes most of the episode. There's one point where he decides he wants to choose between one hot rod and his hot rod. Yikes. Anyway, after it's all said and done, he decides that he wants to wipe her memory and completely erase her existence and transform her into another human being and make her basically his slave, which he does. And so the man changes her appearance, captures this highly regarded princess that everybody in the kingdom should know, and he disguises her so brilliantly just by changing her eye color. Wow, no one's able to recognize her when she changes her eye color from green to blue. Wow, the same pink hair, just as long, just as standouty, but nobody's able to recognize her once the eyes go blue. It's like a Superman effect or something here, just with the glasses. I don't understand. And Kyoto also just transforms into a bigger, more buff version of himself. Really nothing else changed. He's just bigger and more buff. I don't understand how nobody recognizes that. It's not even glasses on that one. And he does the ultimate flex of being able to change his entire identity from changing the name to Kyaru to Kyaraga. So it's like a Final Fantasy move that's slightly more powerful. I'm not, like, really? So he convinces Flair, who is now Freya, that she's his attendant, and basically brainwashes her into becoming his little slave, where he does bad things to her, and she thinks that she's in love with him, and he just, you know, it's a very wholesome anime. And thus ends episode 2. Now, I know what happens in the manga, considering I've read a little bit into it, and does the series get even worse? Yes! The answer is yes! This is basically a man's fantasy being transformed into an anime, but it's really an off-brand anime. I don't know how this guy is getting away with this. Maybe he brainwashed the producers too, Jesus. Now, do I recommend any of y'all pick up this series? Oh, heck no. Oh, heck no. This series is actually awful. The art is also awful. The story is also awful. But it definitely has made an impact on anime for generations to come. Any anime that can make interspecies reviewers look like a typical shonen anime is wow to me. So what are your thoughts and opinions on Redo of a Healer, man? Is it going to be anime of the year? No. But it's certainly something that I think anime fans are going to remember and go, wow. Yeah, well, at least this anime is not as bad as that one. It's another, I guess, benchmark on anime quality that we'll remember for a long, long time. Until something maybe worse comes along, which I hope not. But yeah, leave your comments and thoughts below. I'm curious to see where this is going to go. If it's going to get canceled before it even finishes, we'll see. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you, beautiful sons of guns, again next time. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe, too.
You crazy mother.